Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in the Ohio Valley. It's episode 20. We're going to talk about ejections, safety, and it's time to show me the money. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This week in dirt racing, we're going back to June 18th of 2004 and visiting Limaland Motorsports Park on hand for the Buckeye Nationals night number 2 with the USAC Sprint Cars. And your winner would be Josh Weiss. Dave Darland would finish in second and Corey Kruisman in third. USAC Midgets were also on hand and Davey Ray grabbed the checkered flag. Scott Hatton in second. And Bobby East would round out the podium.
Let me talk to you!
This week's Talking Points, want to start by talking about the Dirt Tracker episode from June 9th. Justin Fiedler would talk about the nose for the late models at Eldora and the Dream. A 90-inch width. Supposedly one car had a width of 100 inches. We know Eldora's been cracking down on late models. They got rid of the sticks. They were checking smartwatches last year. This year, they're cracking down on the body rules. And Justin explained that Eldora seems to believe that all of this has been hurting the racing there. So they've been cracking down on it since last year. I don't see them lifting up, and it looks like they're going to be looking for other things as well. Part of me appreciates the thought put into working around the rules and finding loopholes to make your car just a tenth of a second faster than the other guys. But I got to be honest, part of me hates the wheel wells being covered and the drapes over the back of the cars, because we don't want people finding out our secrets. Now, to say that that's only a late model issue wouldn't be fair, but it's just kind of a turn-off to me. So we know Eldora is going to crack down on it, especially if they think it hurts the racing there. So it'll be interesting to see the next time the late models visit, especially for the big race, the World 100, just to see what Eldora's got as far as tech is concerned. Kaylee Bryson would post a video on her social media talking about her qualifying disqualification at Port Royal on Saturday, June 15th. Kaylee Bryson and others were DQ'd Saturday night for running the wrong left front tire, as she explained. She said she spoke with the USAC officials on 2 different occasions to confirm that they could run the tire. Bryson would qualify and then was DQ'd for the left front tire, as she explained. Apparently this rule was recently changed but never announced. CJ Leary, Trey Burke, and Greg Corey were also DQ'd. USAC's social media also noted the disqualifications for the tire issue, but they would say that it was the right front tire that was the issue. Either way you look at it, 4 drivers with the same issue tells me the rules weren't explained well enough, apparently. Various ways of communication we have today. I'm sure there was a driver's meeting, so I don't know how 4 different drivers and teams would miss that. Just doesn't seem like something that should be going on. Moving on, like I said before, I'll say it again. I wasn't really planning on talking about points until after we got through the months of money that are coming up. But we got a new second place man in the World of Outlaws sprint car points, and that's 10-time. Donnie Schatz, 56 points behind David Gravel. It's going to be interesting going into these tracks. We know Gravel won at Huset's last year, so he's going to be tough there. He's fast at Eldora, but man, Donnie is he's just different when it comes to, he's like Davenport, right? I mean, Schatz goes to Eldora, and he's always got a chance to win no matter what. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Also, notice some chatter on social media about Dirt Vision censoring people saying the term high limit. I haven't seen video of this. I didn't catch it. I was in Nashville most of the weekend. That being said, I don't have physical proof, but if it is going on, it's Bush League. I mean, until otherwise noted, obviously High Limit's doing some cool stuff, but the Outlaws are the Outlaws. I don't know. I think that's the premier sprint car series in the world until something else changes. So trying to act like your competition doesn't exist today when everything's on social media and everybody's got it. just doesn't work like it used to. So I'm not sure what went on there. Maybe I'll come across the video that shows it. If it does, I stand on it. It's Bush League. And if it didn't happen, then it could be just folks stirring the pot. Last but not least, Skylar G and Casey Gingerjack collide during the heat at Wayne County in Ohio Speed Week. Skylar gets out of his car and lets Casey know he wasn't happy with what happened. A few thumps on the head while Casey's still in his car. Casey gets out. Skylar does it again, and this isn't my issue. I guess couple that with the fact that Casey still had his helmet on, but whatever. If these guys get out of their car, I don't know that I would do it on the track, but hey, if the driver's going to fight, it is what it is. My issue was it looks like a crew member for Skylar G gets involved in the incident and pops Casey Gingerjack on the head as well. Like I said, he had the helmet on, so I mean that's not a big deal. But there's no reason. If the drivers are going to get into it with each other, then it is what it is. Let them work it out. The crew members need to stay the hell out of it, though. I want to give a shout out to Victory Fuel. From Throttle Punch to Lucky Lemon. Both flavors are dynamite. 12 packs and 4 packs and even some cool merchandise as well. Go to drinkvictory.com and use the code Gestures10 at checkout to save. Drinkvictory.com and use the code Gestures10 at checkout to save.
Acknowledge me.
This week's race recap, starting with Monday, June 10th, Kokomo had the XR Super Series where Devin Moran, the Ohio man, Devin Moran, would get the win. Ryan Gustin in second and Bobby Pierce in third. Modifieds also there. Dylan Nussbaum would get the win. Tyler Spalding in second and Nick Allen in third. Wayne County had Ohio Speed Week night number 4. 50 cars checked in. They would end up with just over 40 cars. Man, they had a couple nights of 50, which is awesome. Jordan Ryan gets the win there. Zane DeVault in second, and Travis Philo in third. The 305s were also on hand. Brian Sabato, a name we are very familiar with, gets the win. Another name, Jamie Miller, second place. Tyler Sheets in third. Moving to June 11th, Grandview had the USAC Sprint Cars. Eastern Storm, night number 1, and Briggs Danner would get the win. Brady Bacon would finish in second and CJ Leary in third. Eagle Raceway had high limit in the Eagle Nationals for $50,000 to win. And the man that doesn't need more money gets more money. Kyle Larson, Young Money, with the $50,000 win. Brad Sweet would finish second from 13th, and James McFadden would round out the podium. Larson, Carson Macedo, and Brad Sweet were nose to tail for a while, with a few really good laps of Larson and Macedo exchanging sliders, and Kyle Larson gets the win. Path Valley had Appalachian Mountain Speed Week night number 4. Rick Eckert would get the win. Mason Ziegler from 9th to 2nd, and Greg Satterley would round out the podium. I gotta apologize. I tried to watch this race, guys, but holy crap. The beginning of the feature had a ton of cautions. Hilltop would have Ohio Speed Week night number 5. 32 cars would check in, and Danny Sams would get the win. Greg Wilson in second, and Cap Henry in third. Texarkana 67 Speedway ASCS Speed Week night number 1. Sam Haferteef Jr. with the win. Seth Bergman in second, and Matt Covington, number 95, rounds out the podium. June 12th, Sharon Speedway Ohio Speed Week night number 6, 54 cars checked in. And Double D, Danny Dietrich gets the win. Dale Blaney, the lowrider, finishes in second, and Brandon Spithaler rounds out the podium. Rush non-wing sprints were also on hand, where Arnie Kent would get the win. John Mullock in second, and Brandon Blackshire in third. Bridgeport had USAC sprints for Eastern Storm night number 2. Brady Bacon gets the win. Kevin Thomas Jr. would finish in second, and Justin Grant would round out the podium. Moving to June 13th, Selinsgrove Appalachian Mountain Speed Week night number 5. And Rick Eckert gets the win again. Colby Fry in second, and Greg Satterley, there he is, in third. Muskegon County Ohio Speed Week night number 7. 35 cars checked in. Danny Sams and Cale Thomas would battle for the lead for multiple laps. Very exciting. Some really good races throughout Ohio Speed Week. Caution with 5 to go gets Cap Henry to the lead. Cap comes up to go to the flag stand. Sams goes low and pushes Cap up a little in one, and that was it. Danny Sams leads the last few laps and becomes the first repeat winner in the 2024 Ohio Speed Week. Danny Sams with the win, Cap Henry in second, and Cale Thomas would finish in third. Creek County ASCS Speed Week night number 2, where Sam Haferteef Jr. will get the win. Seth Bergman in second and Hank Davis in third. Big Diamond with USAC Sprints for Eastern Storm night number 3. Logan Seavey with the win. Mitchell Moles in second and Justin Grant in third. Moving to Friday, June 14th at Arrowhead for ASCS Speed Week night number 3. Seth Bergman gets the win. Hank Davis in second and Andrew Deal in third. Circle City had steel block sprint cars. Trace Mailer would get the win. Aiden Salisbury in second and Matt Humphrey would finish in third. Bedford had Appalachian Mountain Speed Week night number 6. And I'm pretty sure on our recap, this is the only rain out of the entire recap. But it won't be the only race that doesn't get in. Moving to Millstream, Ohio Speed Week night number 8. Cap Henry gets the win. Zane DeVault in second and Skylar G would finish in third. Midwest Thunder Midgets were also there. Zach Weigel gets the win. Jacob Boxel in second. And Tate Martz in third. I gotta say, I didn't get a chance to stay for the features. I was there for the 410 heats, though. Very impressed by Millstream. It's been years since I've been there. I don't know, 10, 11. It's been decades since I've been there. And, wow. I mean, they've got a good thing going. I know they're only racing a handful of times this year. It's going to give them time to kind of iron things out. You know, I think the one hiccup was it just trying to keep things on time and being ready to go from one thing to the next. And that'll come with experience. I mean, that's not a complaint by any means. The first time they've raced there in 8 years, I thought the track looked good considering the fact. I know some people were bitching during hop laps about it needing water. I don't know what to tell you. It's Ohio. We water the tracks. But the dirt up here just isn't made for it, which is why it's usually dusty. I'm not a huge fan of it. I would much rather leave the race the same way I showed up, but that doesn't happen in Ohio. It's never happened in Ohio. I don't think it's ever going to happen in Ohio. Very seldomly do you get it where things work out well. It is what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, Millstream did a great job opening the gates. Got in line at 6:30 and stood in line, and it's completely cool because the place was already friggin' packed when I got there. And when I got up to the ticket window to get inside the gates, the line was still as long. It was awesome. I mean, it was packed from turn to turn, the back stretch, the front stretch. Great to see. They got a separate section for alcohol. It was cash only, if I recall. You got to show them your ID. They had a little trailer there with their Millstream merch. They had some vendors separate from the concession stand. I don't have any complaints about it. Bravo Millstream, and keep up the good work. Moving to Smoky Mountain Speedway with Lucas Oil for the Mountain Moonshine Classic. We're still talking about Friday, June 14th here. And Ricky Thornton Jr. will get the win. Tim McCready would finish in second. Dale McDowell in third. All Tech USCS Ryan Harrison gets the win. Terry Gray in second. And Todd Fayard would round out the podium. Hartford had GLSS, where Max Stanball would get the win. Dustin Daggett in second. And Keith Sheffer Jr. in third. Knoxville with World of Outlaws Sprint Cars and David Gravel. David Gravel, number 2, gets the win. Parker Price Miller with a nice second place finish. And that guy, that character, Rico Abreu, finishes in third. Lineland had the tribute to Terry Hall. For the modifieds, where Dylan Nussbaum would get the win, Jeff Koz would finish in second, and Dylan Woodling in third. Moeller had the Valvoline American Ironman late models, and Zach Dahm would get the win. Josh Rice would finish in second from 12th, and James Rice would round out the podium. Raceway 7 had UMP mods, and Kyle Layton would get the win. Joel Watson in second, and Nate Young in third. Williams Grove had USCS sprints for Eastern Storm night number 4, and Kevin Thomas Jr. gets the win. Mitchell Moles in second, and Briggs Danner in third. Moving to Saturday, June 15th at Lincoln, Appalachian Mountain Speed Week, night number 7. Dylan Yoder with the win, Jason Covert in second, and Kyle Hardy in third. Macon Speedway, Power Eye Midgets, Cannon McIntosh with the win, Cale Drake in second, and Gavin Miller in third. Atomic, Ohio Speed Week, night number 4 in the finale. And the young kid from Florida gets it done again. Danny Sams gets the win. A caution with 4 to go, but Danny Sams was just too much. Danny Sams gets the checkered Cap Henry in second, and Skylar G in third. And we'll talk about this a little bit later. Cap Henry would be your Ohio Speed Week champion. Knoxville for the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars night number 2. And Corey Day, the young kid from California. We got a young kid from Florida and a young kid from California, both showing off. Corey Day gets the win. Donnie Schatz, there he is, 10-time second place there at Knoxville, and Kyle Larson in third. Man, this month of money coming up. Some of these tracks. Donnie's coming again, folks. Smoky Mountain Speedway, Lucas Oil Mountain Moonshine Classic for $50,000 to win. And Brandon Overton gets it done. Brandon Overton gets the win. Ricky Thornton Jr. in second. And Ryan Gustin in third. Tri-State in Oklahoma for ASCS Speed Week night number 4. Seth Bergman gets the win. Jordan Mallett in second. Kyle Clark in third. Port Royal had USAC sprints for Eastern Storm night number 5. And Brady Bacon, the Macho Man, would get the win. CJ Larry in second. Alex Bright. Briggs Danner was leading over halfway before he got into the wall in 2 and almost collects Brady Bacon, who was in second. Tears up his car and obviously doesn't work out for him. Brady Bacon again gets the win. USAC Silver Crown was also on hand. A good battle from the last few laps, and Dason Pursley would clip the wall in 4. And then he and Grant would bump, but Dason Pursley would come away with the win. Justin Grant in second, and Brady Bacon in third. Tyler County back to the 80s night, where 80s apparel gets you in the gate for free late models. And Cole Perrine would get the win. Brandon Weigel in second, and Caden Black in third. UMP Modifieds as well. Cody Brightwell with the win. Sean Jett in second, and Chad Smith in third. Butler had GLSS, where Corbin Gurley would get the win. Max Stanball in second, and Phil Gressman in third. Florence Speedway in Kentucky had the IMCA Race Savers, and Dean Barnes would get the win. Blaney Ridgely in second, and Wyatt Justice would round out the podium. Goods Raceway had some junior sprints. Nolan Burns gets the win. Rocco Ledford in second, and Zachary Dials in third. Also 270 micro sprints. Race Jacobs would get the win. Todd Ruscher in second, and Lonnie McConaughey in third. Mudlug Valley with the Valvoline American Ironman late models, and Josh Rice gets the win. Ryan Missler in second, and Rusty Schlenk from 14th to 3rd. Way to get up there, Rusty Schlenk. Wayne County had some late models where Kyle Moore would get the win. Dave Hornickel in second, and Doug Drown in third. J.R. Gentry, got to note this, finishes 4th from 19th. So J.R. Gentry from 19th to 4th. Way to get up there, J.R. Modifieds also on hand, and Jimmy Humphrey would get the win. Dustin Daughtery in second, and Brad Golf in third. Moving to June 16th, that's Sunday, at the Action Track for the Eastern Storm Final. USAC Sprint Cars. Logan Seavey gets Briggs Danner at the line by .043 seconds to get the win. Logan Seavey gets the win. Briggs Danner in second, and Mitchell Moles in third. And that third place for Mitchell Moles would earn him the Eastern Storm title. So congratulations to Mitchell Moles. I think at the beginning of the season he was having some rough luck, and if I remember right, maybe even at the end of last year. So glad to see things coming around for Mitchell Moles, and he gets the Eastern Storm title. Moving to BAPS and Appalachian Mountain Speed Week night number 8. Greg Satterley with the win, Kyle Hardy in second, and Dylan Yoder would finish in third. Lincoln Speedway had Power Eye Midgets, or they were supposed to have Power Eye Midgets for the Illinois Speed Week finale, but it was canceled due to extreme heat. I had to look this over a couple times, and that's what happened. I think I've heard of this happening in the past. It's extremely rare. So we had one rain out and one heat out.
Woo!
This week's local coverage. Just want to reiterate again, congratulations to Millstream on a successful reopening. Cars were everywhere. Had to leave early. Went out of the lot, and there were cars up and down the road. There was plenty of parking in the grass, but I mean, it was cars and people everywhere. Hardly an open spot to sit. The hillsides were full. The stands were full. The facility looked awesome. Oh, and by the way, now that they took the inside wall out, you've got 2 tracks there. Not only do you have the big track, but I think they mentioned the inside was a quarter mile. So you have 2 tracks on the inside thanks to the removal of the inside wall. Definitely things to build on there, and Millstream coming in strong on their first night. And on that note, as we're recording this here on June 19th, Wednesday, a few days behind because it was in Nashville, Millstream's looking for concession stand workers for their August 25th and October 6th shows. They had the June 14th Speed Week night. They've got another race August 25th with GLSS, GLLS, and GLTS. And then October 6th, they're going to have GLSS back with stocks, trucks, and late models. So if you're interested, get to millstreamspeedway.net. Check out their site. Give them a hand in concession stands if you can. Indiana Midget Week champion is Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley finishes Indiana Midget Week with 2 wins, a second, and 2 thirds. That's how you win a Midget Week championship, folks. Dason Pursley is also the current USAC Midget points leader. So everybody knows this kid looks tough. Obviously, 2 wins, a second, and 2 thirds will win you Indiana Midget Week. So congrats to Dason Pursley. And Ohio Speed Week champion is Cap Henry. He wins the Speed Week title. Even though Danny Sims had 3 wins during Speed Week, Cap had 2 wins, coupled with a lot of top 5s, and Danny Sims missed a few races. So Cap Henry would win the Ohio Speed Week title. And for Ohio Speed Week, an average car count of over 40 cars for 9 straight days. Bravo. I know the purse was down a little bit this year. This should definitely give some juice to that purse going into 2025. I can't wait for Ohio Speed Week to get back.
I'm the tower of power, too sweet to be sour. I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the place.
Series, teams, drivers, tracks, dirt media. This is your time, and this is your spotlight. Spotlight's on, and this week's spotlight is going to be safety. Referring to the Angelique Bell fire from June 12th during the NARC race at Southern Oregon Speedway. Angelique suffered some severe burns and is still recovering, and safety, we know, is always a topic at the top of the list when it comes to racing and dirt racing specifically. And it seems like unfortunate incidents is what brings it to the surface when, in truth, and I think you can go back and listen, we've talked about this before, safety should be the number 1 priority, not only for, the drivers and the teams, but the tracks as well, because you got to protect a lot of people, not just the guys in the cars, but the people that are helping out on the track, safety crew, the fans. And fires become a topic of safety, as we've seen the fire suppression systems become mandatory in some of the major series. It certainly was a step in the right direction, but obviously the work's not done. We've seen the systems not work. We've seen them separate from the car. So obviously some kind of a better mounting system for those needs to be developed. I don't know. I guess when I look at this and I think, okay, everyone can say we need a national governing board for safety when it comes to, let's say in this instance, just dirt racing in particular. I'm not against that. I'm a proponent of that, but how does that work? It's something that should be worked on, and people way above me should be the ones getting those wheels spinning. And I can't be the only one that when these type of things occur, you just start kind of spitballing ideas. I don't know that I've got any solutions. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm not a mechanic, a race car driver, an engineer, just a fan. But there's got to be other solutions to this. The mounting system for the fire suppression systems has got to be developed differently. Those need to be looked into as well. They can certainly work, but right now it just doesn't seem that that's the case. I don't know if there's some kind of sensor or cable attachment, something to connect to the tank, so should the tank become dislodged or disconnected, it could also automatically trigger the fire suppression. I don't know. But there's got to be some solutions to this. Training and the needed equipment for safety personnel at the track is also a must. We've seen instances where the track safety crews don't have the ability to respond as they should. And I don't know if it's realistic or an actual solution, but I hope everybody gets together to work to solve this problem for drivers across the country. To expand on this, recently Chase Randall had a scary crash at Knoxville. I mean, thankfully he was at Knoxville, and on top of that, thankfully he also uses the product that Kevin Thomas Jr. had helped develop, Inferno Armor. Bad crash, bad fire. Chase Randall was able to hop out of the car, and the Knoxville safety team was there on top of it, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And the combination of the safety team being there and being prepared and being on top of it, and the fact that he had the Inferno Armor on, helped prevent him from receiving any kind of injury at all. So we're heading in the right direction. We just need to get there quicker than we are. Jeremy Elliott with Sprint Car Unlimited discussed a governing body, like I had mentioned, to address safety issues across the board on his 90 at 9 on June 14th. Jeremy suggested if certain safety issues aren't met, then there's no racing. If the drivers, teams, or tracks can't meet certain safety requirements, then you can't race. Like Jeremy points out, there's no hard stance on safety. I guess if we think back at the race. Was it the high limit race where we had a couple cars go through the fence? I hate it for tracks. I don't want to see tracks closed. You know that. If you listen to this at all, you know I am a huge proponent of tracks staying alive and reopening, certainly not closing. Safety must be paramount for everybody involved.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no.
Racing to come, and we've got 2 things going on here, folks. We've got a shitload of racing and a shitload of money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
The Dirt Car Summer Nationals run June 18th through July 14th. June 19th through the 22nd, Houston Speedway is going to host the High Bank Nationals, where the Saturday night event will be $250,000 to win. $250,000. David Gravel won it last year. Let's see if he can do it again this year. June 20th through the 22nd. Skagit Speedway is going to host the NARC Super Dirt Cup, where the Saturday night event will pay $62,000 to win. June 20th through the 22nd, Lernerville and the Firecracker 100. And, looking at all these events, the Kings Royal is right around the corner. We're a month away from the Kings Royal. Huset's and Skagit and Lernerville are making these big-time events. Not only do they have racing, they've got other things going on, and they're putting out a lot of money. So, Tony's not one that likes to be one-upped. So I'll be interested to see what Kings Royal 2025 looks like. Thursday, June 20th, Thunderhill Raceway is going to have the World of Outlaw late models. Lincoln Park's going to have the IRA Maverick Sprints. Friday, June 21st, Attica with the AFCS 410s and 305s, as well as late models. Circle City's going to have Boss. Bloomington's going to have IRA and Maverick. Buckshot Speedway's going to have USCS. Moeller with late models. Hilltop's running Limeland GLSS. Mods and Stocks, the Run for the Rabbit and 89th anniversary of Limeland. Ohio Valley Speedway, the Pete Smith and Larry McPeak Memorial, where OVSCA will be on hand, as well as late models and modifieds. Lancaster Motor Speedway is going to have Hunt the Front. Ponderosa is going to have the World of Outlaw late models. Saturday, June 22nd, Fremont's going to have AFCS 410s and 305s, as well as dirt trucks. Atomic's going to have the Midwest Thunder Midgets. Browntown is going to have the World of Outlaw late models. Lawrenceburg with Boss. Mudlick Valley with UMP modifieds, $2,000 to win. Tyler County with the Steel Block late models. Wilmot with USAC Sprints. Batesville Motor Speedway with ASCS. Beckley Motor Speedway with OVSCA, and $4,000 to win. Cherokee Speedway and the Rock Galt Memorial, $20,000 to win. Hunt the Front. Florence Speedway is going to have $5 general admission, plus a demo derby on top of the regular show. Goods Raceway is running. Hopstock's going to have the IRA Maverick Sprints. Silver Bullet Speedway is going to have GLTS. Wayne County is going to have the Fast 5. And Sunday, June 23rd, Terre Haute is going to host the last race for the IRA Maverick Sprint Car Series. That's going to wrap up this week's episode. We just have to keep moving to the front, one lap at a time.
Goodbye. Mwah, and good night, bang.
Thanks for listening to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a shout out. Let your friends know on X and YouTube as well at Dirt Court Jester. And we hope to see you guys at the track.